So now we're going to mount the sensor box onto the clutch handle. This particular clutch handle happens to be off a BMW. The process is exactly the same for Harley, Honda, Kawasaki, or any metric bike. Easiest way to do this is to remove the boot. Now BMWs have boots on there, but Hondas and Harleys do not. So you pull the boot back, and you can see I'm still attached here. So what you want to do is you lift the cable through the notch in the side. Now this isn't stock. There's usually a barrel that goes in there. I just didn't have one for a BMW. Anyway, then detach your clutch cable. Now the part you want to take out here is this adjuster screw, because this will be used in the control box to adjust the clutch cable. So we're going to take that out, set it aside. Now we're going to add the sensor box to this part so that it operates this slide back and forth. So to do that, you're going to need the small Allen wrench, and on the bottom here you'll see there's 5 holes. The one up here at this end, just go in there and back it out a little bit, and then this comes out. Now this will get threaded into the clutch handle just as normal. Now this comes stock, and there should be one on your motorcycle currently, so save it because you'll need it. What it does is it allows you to tighten this up here so this doesn't turn. Now what you're going to do is put this sensor box back on, and we'll go underneath here, and so you can rotate this any direction you want. Most motorcycles don't have this one quite so close, but you can rotate this and then tighten it up on the bottom, and that'll hold this in place. The one thing you'll notice on the sensor box is right in here there's a little rubber spacer. That'll get removed here shortly. It's there to provide 1/16 of an inch space on the back. So your sensor box comes with a barrel style flexible cable that we're going to insert in here. So I'm going to demonstrate this with a longer cable, because on a BMW the distance here is much further than on most motorcycles. So what we're going to do is we're going to thread this down through the tube, and you can see it coming in the top here, and it's going to go into that little tiny hole and all the way through. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put this barrel into the clutch handle like you would any other cable. We have you can see I can move that. So the way this gets set up is the first thing you're going to do is tighten down one of these. Just snug it down. You don't have to wrench on it. And this will grab the cable. We're going to test the throw on this clutch handle. And you can see now we have full throw there. We can go ahead and remove that little plug. And at this point what you're going to do, and I'm not going to do it on this cable because it's not set up yet, is you reach in here with a small pair of wire cutters, and you can cut that off. So that way it can come back here. And this leaves enough tension on the handle with the springs there to be able to keep the handle from bouncing around. Okay, once you get that in place, then go ahead and snug both of these down further, and you should be good to go. Now I'm going to remove this one because I want to show you how to change the springs. So this particular box is set up with the light springs, and so it gives about 8 ounces depending on where on the handle you grab it and measure it. Most kits, if you talk to me ahead of time, I have heavier springs that give you about a 1.5 pounds pull, which is really comfortable to work with. Now to change those springs out, it's very simple. There's 2 set screws in the very top here. You loosen those up, and you can see there's a way to pull this pin through. You grab that spring, pull it out, and you change it with the new one. To put the new one in, you just drop it in the hole in there, and then as you're feeding the pin through, you can just push the spring down, line it up with the hole, and tighten these back up again. So it's fairly simple to change out the springs if you don't like the tension on it. And that's it. That's how to set this up. So once the sensor box is mounted to the clutch handle, there is a lid that goes on it and the 4 screws here, along with a small screw to plug this hole in the very end where we actually pulled the cable through. And once you get the lid on there, you're set to go.